Hello and welcome to the Where Are They Now episode of Youth Squad Legends Leyton Orient. Very laid back this one. We're going to check out the ex-Leyton Orient players and see if anyone has created a career for themselves in the world of football. Now, I'm a bit worried for this list of players that Rodolfo has provided for us. Big thanks to Rodolfo for doing amazing work behind the scenes. If it wasn't for his efforts, the Where Are They Now episodes would not be possible. So let's have a round of applause for Rodolfo before we start this and crack on. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. Checked out the list myself. Some of the names I'm already forgetting about, which is concerning to say the least. For all the downsides of Leyton Orient, the one big upside is that we've retained a squad from the very beginning and we've only released the dross. A couple of names I can recall, but mostly dross. So, to fill this in, because most of the time here, I think is going to be, oh, that guy's in the free agents, and that guy's in the free agents. So, to fill in some of the time, we're also going to talk about the revised overalls of the players that you still might feel are overpowered, but I'll explain in a sec. And we'll also run through the Patron players. The Patron players actually ties in with how overpowered our current squad is and why I think these overalls are right at the moment. We had a bit of problem adding the Patron players into the save, and to make sure everything was working after I did all the editing, we had to do a test run, and we played Leicester City in a game in the Premier League and lost 5-3 with this team. So it's going to be a massive challenge. Of course, many of the viewers will agree that this is a very overpowered squad for career mode. And next series, we'll definitely look into this, make sure that we have a more natural growth through the series, and end up with a team probably less overall for sure, but something that is far more achievable for console players especially. And if the AI is too difficult for us, we'll just turn it down to make sure everything is balanced, okay? But for this series, this is how it's going to go. I'd rather run with this to the end and try and beat the AI that we've been playing all the way through. And the AI have really not given us an easy time of it. Tembo's at a 93, Tang's at 81, Yurong Dong 79, Omar Dadashov's at 80, Samba Sol 81, Zeferino and Zanza 87, Sal Pereira 85, Scott Cleves 84, Sam Lewis 85, Lewis Proctor 89, Severin Colombo at 91. We've also done a bit of YSL Patron player customization. So Colombo's looking like that and Proctor's shaved his head. I'm loving Proctor's new look. I didn't think that was going to really suit him, but yeah, I feel it. Severin Colombo on the other hand. I mean, they've kind of swapped roles, really. Colombo looked like the hard man and Proctor looked like the kind of more technical centre-back. I think they're now swapped. Let's see if that's the case on the pitch. Colin Campbell is 85 with 98, searing pace. Absolutely flying down that wing. Courtney Scott is not far behind with the 95 pace at 86. You've got Samuel Peppel, 82, Ramu Ram, 78, Ruben Larrauri, 87, Romeo Nantanina, 92, Ronnie Forrest, 88, Filipos Sampras, 86, Gonzalo Avila, 80, Lucas Thompson, 83, Pepe Bustamante, 86, Bruno Sosa at 91, Jesse Fraser, 97, Godwin Orji, 88, Till Bender, 80, Henry Yomba, 89, Tommy Lemon, 80, Amit Panda, 91, Bobby Monk, 90, Jean-Paul Sabelli, 90, and Hoob Willems down there at the bottom at 85. Now, if we were going to align this series more to console players, I think we'd drop the overalls by about 5, but dropping the overalls by about 5 mean that we would be absolute cannon fodder for this AI that we've been playing all series, and I would like to beat it. That's my sense of accomplishment at the end of Youth Squad Legends series. But we'll look into it next time around to make it feel like a true FIFA save. Quickly go into the Patron players now. Adama Karasi, 88 overall goalkeeper at Southampton. Roy Kent, thank you ever so much, Vetya, for adding Roy Kent into the save. 90 overall at Chelsea. He did say just put Roy Keane's stats into the game and then really boost them up, especially aggression. So that's a 90 overall centre mid. Jack Villain Blues is an absolute shambles of a player. Even comes with a backstory that his mother was a Birmingham City fan and his dad was an Aston Villa fan. I think the family was in turmoil. Aston Villa are in the Premier League, Birmingham City are not. So Jack Villain Blues is at Aston Villa. That's going to make a lot of people sick. Vridigas Vengabus. Need I say more? This was actually the player that nearly busted the save, so we had to check out if everything was alright at Leicester City. Everything is fine, the save is working flawlessly. Happy Gilmore is an 82 overall, a Wolverhampton Wanderers player. And then we've got Leon Mjukvi Christofferson, an 81 overall goalkeeper at Fulham. Jack Proud is a left midfielder, 82 overall. Tony Sandora, 81 overall. Liverpool. Chen Bin, 83 overall, centre-back. And then we've got Colin Churchill, a right winger from Liverpool, 83 overall. Janko Miskovic is 81 overall, central attacking midfielder at Arsenal. Jordan Lawrence is an 84 overall striker at City. Xander Wilcox is a CDM at City at 84 overall. David Tekka, 84 overall, central midfielder at Fulham. Pantera Robinson, a goalkeeper, 81 overall, Latvian. Then we've got Duncan Ferguson, that I randomly assigned to Manchester United and then actually read the name and went, well, that needs to go to Everton, really. And then we got Cockatoo of Bournemouth. I mean, that's going to be a marvellous player right there. Jaden Shipley, centre-back at Leeds. Mikkel Damsgaard, 91 overall right winger at Spurs. Then we got Kakaran Chyprasit, 88 overall West Ham United central midfielder. Jacques Chantome, that is a 92 overall Liverpool winger. And a cup of coffee. 88 overall goalkeeper at Spurs. So I'll make sure that all of these players, you've been waiting so patiently, patrons, I'll make sure all of these players will play next season in the Premier League against Leyton Orient. You can have my word, I'll make sure every single episode to check this list to see who we're playing in that particular episode. Okay, so we've checked out the squad, we've checked out the Patron players, we should have checked out last season's stats, but of course we had to prioritise the health of the save, and unfortunately we can't go back in time to that point. So now it is time to look at the ex-players for Leyton Orient. Let's bring up this list, and we'll start with Altia Papautsis. Go on then. I don't even have control of the game. Alright. Is Papautsis any good? Does he have a team? Altia Papautsis is a free agent. That's not a good start. Owl Linney is a free agent. Now, some of these players will have had their potentials destroyed by dynamic potential. Some of them will have been released whilst we were doing the series improvements, going away from the custom EXP growth into a more natural EXP growth. So their overalls will have been stunted from that point. Axel Hernandez next, probably another free agent, and indeed he is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask in the comment section, out of all the free agents that we're about to see, which ones do you think should have had a football career? I think the top three, I'm going to make them have footballing careers. We're going to improve them and then send them into a Premier League side. But only three. Most of them are dross, and they deserve to be free agents, to be honest. Bento Aguiar. Next. I believe this guy was Portuguese, if I've got it right. Bento Aguiar, centre-back, a free agent. Oh, he was from... Oh, that's an interesting frag. Sao Tome and Principe, maybe? I don't know. We got Chad Prince. Now, Chad Prince will definitely be at a club. Surely. Chad Prince is at Bucharest. Okay. 73 overall. That's nice to see one of our old players at a club. Chinedu Hogan. Now, Chinedu Hogan is a player that I would put on the list. If this guy is a free agent, this is a crime to humanity. Because he was definitely good enough for League 2. He's an FC goer. Good lad. Really happy for you. He was only 52 overall. Goodness me. I put Chinedu Hogan on that list anyway. I think he should be better than 52 overall. Make him a low 80s and stick him in the Premier League. Go on. Curtis Joseph. Central midfielder. And this kid's at Odisha FC. I'm pretty sure these are the clubs that we sold them to in the first place. Daichi Hagawara was a goalkeeper. Hajiwara is at Stevenage with a 50 overall. Goodness me. These are some really low overalls. Yeah, again, just stinted by dynamic potential and the old EXP growth. Daniel Fletcher. Something else that we're going to sort out for next series, next Youth Squad Legends series. We will make sure that the players that we sell have high overall, high potentials, so they progress in the series alongside us. I don't know why I didn't do it this series, to be honest. Kind of got sidetracked with other things. Daniel Fletcher is a free agent, and then we got Daniel Waite. Probably better just to search up the surname. Daniel Waite was not that bad. He's currently playing out at Saika Reispor. Reispor? Chaika? 68 overall left winger. That might be the highest overall at this moment in time. But no surprises at the moment. Kendall is next. David Kendall. A right back. And a free agent at 48 overall. Endercoin. I remember this guy just because of the name. Very good name. Endercoin is also a free agent at 63 overall. George Skinner. I don't think he was that bad. The free agent at 59 overall. And then Issa Mbai. I mean, this guy would be very, very surprising if he was in the free agents list. At Leicester City at 88 overall. Of course, we signed him up to replace Zeferino and Zanza, and ended up with Zeferino and Zanza. That's clever. Very smart. Jonathan Robinson is next. Can we see him? Jonathan Robinson. Gonna guess that's him. Another free agent. Juanma Castillo. Is this guy a centre forward? Juanma Castillo. Oh, he might have started out as a centre forward and I dropped him back to centre mid. Yeah, that definitely looks like the case. Another one that is very underwhelming. Jude Hunt was not a bad player. Come on now. Come on, Jude. He's a free agent. Unbelievable. Malcolm Kirkwood. The Scottish goalkeeper that we had for a little while. Before we cut him to shorten the numbers of the team. He's also a free agent. Miguel Lozano was not a bad player. We held on to him for a little bit. And he's currently at Rodez, where he was to begin with. Zungu next. Big, powerful Zungu. Still playing for Al Fatih. I mean, there's just not that much player movement outside of your own clubbing career mode. That really does need to get sorted out. Alima Rambuka. Incredible name. Central attacking midfielder. Free agent. Yep. Oscar Grabowski. Not much to get out of this at the moment. But I think the best is yet to come. That's all that I can say. Oscar. Oh, with a K. Oscar. Oscar Grabowski. Striker. Free agent. I remember that guy had a really low overall to begin with. Ramon Alvarez. Oh, it's got... This is going to be a very difficult one to find. Might find it here. Ramon. Jump to keyboard. Space. Ramon Alvarez. He's playing for Chongqing LJ Ath. Presuming that's athletic. I have no idea. But there you go. Ramon Alvarez has a club which is better than most of the players that we've got. We've come to this point. All the hopes hang on Segurda Briem. Segurda Briem actually had potential. He actually had something going for him. Please. Segurda Briem. Be that guy. He's playing for Heidenheim. That's it. So actually, the best player that we had that dropped off was Daniel Waite. Is that correct? I mean, we've got a couple more. Oh no, Hassan's going to be higher overall, of course. And, I mean, technically Mbaye as well. Let's have Wabiri Fikru in. Fikru was one of the worst centre-backs that I had. Had a little bit of potential, but never stepped up to it. No wonder why that guy is a free agent, to be honest. Yasin Hassan, I can't imagine has transferred since his move. It's only a few years ago. It's still at River Plate. 72 overall. And finally, Zachary Parkin, who was a good centre-back, but just came into the club at the wrong time when we were cutting players. Zachary Parkin. Centre-back, also a free agent. So, you know what, we'll open it up to all the players that you've just seen, because most of them have not lived up to potential. They've not made themselves have any kind of a footballing career. You've got to say that Yasin Hassan is probably the most better off, excluding Mbaye, who of course was going to get sold to another big team. So congratulations, Yasin Hassan. Outside of Yasin Hassan and Mbaye, out of all the players that you've just seen, which ones do you think should have another crack at this? Another lease of life? The player that you saw on screen and went, nah, that guy could have made it to the Premier League. You tell me. I think Briem is probably up there for contention. And, yeah, I'll not try and influence your vote that much. Just list your favourites out of a bunch of bad uns. And I'll say, like, three players, the most popular in the vote, will go to Premier League clubs as like maybe mid-80s players, okay? And we'll see them next season. So it's actually been shorter than expected, this one, but it's gone as I feared. A lot of people that were playing for Leyton Orient are now on the free agents list, desperately looking for another club. But there you go. I don't think there was any surprises there. This has been Cutsy. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Youth Squad Legends. We'll be back to playing football with Leyton Orient in about 3 days' time. So look forward to that. Everything returns back to normal. Okay. See you later.